Good Wednesday evening, South Carolina weather watchers. Hopefully, everyone has had a fantastic Wednesday. I am your meteorologist, Jesse Peterson, and let's go and look at the weather for your Wednesday evening going into your future. Now, looking at the radar right now, nothing going on for the entire state of South Carolina. We do have some storms going on through places like eastern Texas, near Nacogdoches, Lufkin, and just to the east of College Station, just to the east of Austin as well, where we have a severe thunderstorm warning, um, with the inch of diameter hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. And then as you go, even up here to the words in the northeast, we do have some snow going on up there inside of New York, and some rain going on out here in the West California, Oregon, Washington, Idaho, and Montana as well. All has some rain going on over there. Going on over to our cloud cover right now. Cloud cover right now actually is nice. There's no cloud cover at all for the entire state. Going towards your cloud cover for just the future. I mean, as you go in and push this forward, going all the way through tonight, it's nice and clear tonight. Wish it was like this for tomorrow night going into Friday morning. We'll talk about that actually tonight and tomorrow night. But first let's talk about everything before, and then we'll get to that. But if you go in and look at it, this is Thursday morning right here. Cloud cover is indeed going to be taking over the entire state pretty much, as you get into tomorrow morning and even tomorrow afternoon as well. So it's going to be a cloudy day tomorrow. And then here's your current temperatures right now: 66 in Columbia, as well as 64 in Winsboro, 64 in Newberry, as well as Chapin, 64 in Orangeburg, as well as 62 in Holly Hill, 62 in Somerville and Moncks Corner, as well as 59 in Allendale. We even have even 61 in Charleston, Georgetown, Myrtle Beach, Keel Island, Beaufort, Hilton Head Island, 66 in Hampton, and 64 in Walterboro. We also do have 64 in Clemson, even 62 in Greenville, 64 in Spartanburg, 64 in Rock Hill, as well as 64 in Lancaster, 64 Bennettsville, and 66 Camden, as well as 64 in Florence and Marion. Here is your low temperatures for tonight: 47 in Spartanburg, as well as 48 in Greenville, 47 in Anderson, as well as 47 in Greenwood, 48 in Aiken, 46 in Barnwell, 48 in Orangeburg, as well as 46 in Walterboro. We even have 53 inside of Charleston, as well as Hilton Head Island. Also have 50 in Georgetown, 53 in Myrtle Beach, 49 in Dillon as well. In terms of your rainfall, no rain is expected for the next 24 hours. So from now to 8 o'clock p.m. tomorrow, no rain is expected. You do not need the umbrella with you, probably going from now all the way into tomorrow evening. Now going on, let's talk about severe weather. Nothing for tonight, nothing for tomorrow, and nothing for Friday. But let's go in and look at days 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8. If you go into day 4, I did forget to mention this. This is honestly my bad. I was mainly looking at day 5. But day 4 also does have a risk as well. You can see right here, there is a slight risk of severe weather for the upstate of South Carolina. The upstate day will mainly be Saturday evening going to, the Saturday night hours. But Saturday, going into Sunday, I should say Sunday, that's mainly going to be the rest of South Carolina's day for severe weather. But first, Saturday, March the 15th, places like Greenville, Spartanburg, just to the west of Rock Hill, Greenwood, Anderson, Clemson as well. All of these regions are inside of the yellow slight risk, meaning 15 to 29% chance of severe weather. We'll get more info on that tomorrow. But if you look at day 5, this is, again, the rest of the state from Greenville, Spartanburg, down towards Rock Hill, Columbia, Aiken, Florence, Myrtle Beach, Georgetown, Charleston, Hilton Head Island as well. The entire Midlands, the entire PD region, the entire Low Country, and most of the upstate, excluding just the two far western or counties up there in the upstate. But overall, this is something that we're gonna have to watch for now in terms of what's the upgrades looking like. I know for places like Alabama and Georgia, it's not looking too good, but for us, it's a bit too uncertain of what's gonna happen. So we're just gonna have to sit back, relax, and just let it play out. Let it just see what happens here. But now, let's go on and talk about our short-term future first, though, and then we'll get to the models and what they're saying for the long term. But first, short term first. Going on now, starting off at 7, going all the way to 9. You can see there's just nothing going on. And this little gray stuff, that's not rain activity, but some isolated shower activity is possible going into tomorrow night in the very far low country of South Carolina, down there towards places like Jasper County and down towards Beaufort as well. That's possible around 10 o'clock. But past that, maybe some more isolated shower activity going into around 6 o'clock in the morning on Friday in the Charleston County region and western Charleston County. But other than that, that's all that's really happening in terms of rain rise, so not really a lot going on. So now let's go on and talk about our long-term future from now all the way to around 400 hours or so out. Let me go on and show this right here. So here we go, starting off at 8 o'clock p.m. Time is in the top right corner of your screen. Make sure you pay attention to that as we get into, obviously, tomorrow. There goes that shower activity that we were just talking about, but that's going to go away. And then there goes the severe weather from Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, and then the upstate of South Carolina as well, from 8 to 2 to 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. as well. And that will bring some cold air behind it, but the warm air will take a kind of like immediate action. And then look at this, maybe some more thunderstorm activity in terms of severe weather going into March the 20th. Now this is a bit too far out, 7 days out, so or actually 8 days out. So we're still just gonna have to wait, see what happens with that as well. This little system right here might bring us some rain. Then this one, maybe some more severe weather potentially going into late March. What time yet? Too far out, over 300 hours. So definitely way too far out to check. But overall, kind of what I put in the intro. If you weren't here at the beginning, you didn't see it. But severe weather is getting in its groove now, and it's starting to become a more common thing as we get into, obviously, more in the spring, and even as we get more towards the actual, some people call it actual spring, as you get into like the later portion of March. I use meteorological season, so I start at the first, going all the way, to the last day, and then start at the first. I know some people do it differently, but I start at the first though. And that's gonna about wrap up our long-term forecast. Again, just seeming to be just some more severe weather activity, excessive rainfall activity. Speaking of excessive rainfall, I didn't check that. Let's go on and check that real quick. So going on down here, you can see in terms of South Carolina, going into tonight for the night, same thing for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday as well. So let's look at Saturday first. We have a slight risk of excessive rainfall that goes on for the Greenville, Anderson, and Greer regions up there in towards Walhalla as well. That's in the slight risk. That's a 15% risk of seeing flash flooding, so some scattered flash flooding is possible. And then the green, Spartanburg, Rock Hill, Greenwood, Newberry, Saluda, Edgefield counties, all those places, all inside of the marginal risk, which brings obviously a marginal risk of excessive rainfall with a 5% risk of flash flooding, mainly meaning minor flooding, if not isolated flash flooding. And then going into day 5, this huge marginal risk that encompasses the entire low country of South Carolina, the entire PD region of South Carolina, and most of the Midlands of South Carolina inside of that marginal risk, meaning mainly minor flooding, 5% risk of some isolated flash flooding throughout this region as we go into Sunday. Now this can change 5 days out, but we're just going to continue wait and see what happens there. So now let's go on and talk with the audience. If you want to be a part of the audience, you can by joining us at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Let's see what the audience has to say for tonight. Mr. Oliver says, good evening, love the dancer. The pollen won again today. Beautiful day, though. Are the wildfires gone? No. The wildfires still have a little bit more to go until they are finally gone. I forgot to talk about that last night. But in terms of the wildfires, no, they are not. They are not done. And there was a report that came out even 2 days ago that said that it scorched up to 2,000 acres inside of the Carolina Forest region, and there actually may be another little fire going on just to the south and east of Columbia. Now, this was, actually was reported 4 days ago. I must not have seen this, but it's only 2 acres, though, so it's not, again, not really anything, but, just something to look at. You can see even down here towards the in between, obviously Conway, Myrtle Beach, you have that Carolina Forest wildfire right here. Let me see, there's 2,059 acres, so about what they said, reported 1 week ago, and it's still going on. And then here's the fire over here, just to south and east of Columbia near Gadsden, South Carolina, 2 acres. Fire unit is the National Park Service of the Congaree Swamp National Park. Updated around 8 minutes ago, reported 4 days ago. And then the one up here near Walhalla is still going on. 473 acres now have been burned from that wildfire as well. Started a week ago, and it was last updated around 8 minutes ago. So both of them, all three of them, I should say, are really going on. The one that's 2 acres over here in Gadsden, it shouldn't really take long. It shouldn't really take long at all to get rid of. But I do want to see what they are saying, see if there was any sort of update. Right now, I don't really see any sort of updates or anything like that. I don't see, at least from what I can see here, from what I'm scrolling through. It doesn't seem to be like there's really any sort of, actually, no, this might be one right here. No, this was 60%. So probably not at 70%, probably in between the 60 to 70% range if I was to make an estimate, like 65, somewhere around there. But that's just my estimate. Obviously, I'm not the expert. Let me check the rest of the audience, and we'll talk about San Antonio and Raleigh. My name says hello, Jay, hello to you. Trail says hi, Joseph, hello to you. And then my cousin Cheryl says, hey, Weatherman, how are you doing? I'm doing great. Hope all is well. I'm working, but I'm listening. Be blessed on purpose. Love you, Cheryl. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much for that message. I'm going to keep on going. And we're going to start off first. We're talking about San Antonio as well, with low temperatures tonight, 59. High temperatures tomorrow at 92. 92. And the low temperature tomorrow night at 60. And then Raleigh, low temperature tonight, 47. High temperature tomorrow at 78. And low temperature tomorrow night at 47. No precipitation expected, but Raleigh does have a risk for some severe weather. You can see right here, Raleigh is inside the marginal risk of excessive rainfall for Saturday, or not Saturday, but Sunday, and as well as severe weather as well. Raleigh does have that slight risk of severe weather that's going on throughout the state as well, going into eastern North Carolina as well. And that's pretty much it in terms of that. So let's go on now and talk about what's going on throughout the entire United States. The thing at the bottom is not updated completely yet. I'll update that in like the next couple of seconds or the next couple of minutes or so. But in terms of what's going on throughout the entire United States, a Pacific storm with an atmospheric river will bring heavy mountain snow and strong winds to the Sierra Nevada and heavy rainfall over parts of the coastal Southern California coastline through Thursday. Severe thunderstorms are likely in the Arklatex this afternoon and evening. An extended period of critical to extremely critical fire weather conditions will continue in the southern plains through Saturday as well. And speaking of what's going on in terms of severe weather as well, I talked about this the other day. But if you know anybody, especially on the Friday in the Illinois region, Indiana, Kentucky, Western Alabama, Mississippi, Arkansas, Missouri, I think I already said Kentucky as well. Let them know severe weather is on the way, especially, let me show it on the screen right here, even as well, inside the region right here. This is what this red region is right here of significant severe weather. And then even as you go into day 4 as well, this is Saturday. This includes portions of South Carolina, but please, if you know anybody inside of the Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, and Louisiana regions, please let them know that this is some dangerous severe weather. I even know some storm chasers that are not going to this event because I think it's just going to be too dangerous to go to inside of Alabama and western Georgia and Mississippi as well, Panhandle of Florida, and even Louisiana as well. So that's that. And then obviously here's our risk right here for Sunday. So the biggest threat right now, though, is definitely this one, especially in the Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi region, though. Definitely in those regions. But hopefully it's not as bad as they're predicting. But right now, it's not looking great at all. It's not looking good either. But we're going to go on and hope for the best over there. My cousin Thad says, "Eating just as sorry for my tardiness. It is all right. You made it here, so that's all that matters." I put a poll inside the chat, and I said, "Are you ready for multiple rounds of severe weather?" 38% says yes, 62% says no, and if you're not ready, you better get ready soon because this severe weather probably will try to go through the entire month of March, at least once a week. We'll see what happens though, but we're starting to get into that time. We're starting to get into that period now, and then after that, it will be hurricane season by that time. Once we're done with this, so we got a long way to go. But hopefully that wraps up everything. So hopefully, if you enjoyed, make sure that you go and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We're at 419 subscribers, trying to get to 500. We need 81 more subscribers until we get to our goal of 500, and we only need 6 more until we get to our goal of 425. That's just the short-term goal. Lunar eclipse is also on Thursday night. I'm going to Friday as well. I'm not gonna lie at all. Cloud cover is not looking the best. We'll talk about that in depth. That's going to be tomorrow's whole topic tomorrow. Will be on the lunar eclipse going into tomorrow night, going into Friday. So, and we'll probably talk about that tomorrow morning as well. So, we'll hope for that. Hope for the best in terms of cloud cover. And I will be back tomorrow morning with your Thursday morning forecast update. Everyone have a fantastic rest of their Wednesday.
How, 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 how. How, 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 how. Hey!